What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Destruction Service Podcast. I'm Kane.
I'm Glen.
And we just going to give y'all an update on the Marvel DC universe and some anime. But first up, we're going to talk about the new Loki.
Yo. First and foremost,
right.
What's up? Let's talk about that intro real quick. That intro is fucking crazy.
Already won.
It's crazy. I keep trying to tell y'all. Ain't no competition if you already won. That intro is crazy. Again, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here talking about the things that I love and the things that I love the most. Appreciate you for having me. And talking about having me. And I'm the host.
Thank you for joining. I'm Kane, and I'm new to this anime stuff. I'm still on Dragon Ball Z episode like 253. I'm at Frieza. But anyway, I'm good with the Marvel stuff, and I'm good with all that. But anime, I'm a rookie, so.
Honestly, I think a lot of people can be because around this time, anime kind of caught fire the last 10, 15 years, especially with like the younger generation.
Right.
Now, we was already watching it,
right.
but I think that the younger generation, they just like, you know what, ain't no shame in my game. That's what I call them. They ain't no shame in my game generation.
Right.
They whatever they like is what they like, and that's what they're doing, and that's cool. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool to a certain extent, but for the most part, it's cool, and I like that. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of their generation is kind of what gave life to what we have now. But I always say, for me, it's the best time in life, right. Because all the stuff that I love is coming out on video, and they coming out with comic books, and I don't need my mama's money to buy this shit. I got a job. You understand?
Right,
I got a job. Right. So I'm good. This is the best time. Loki though.
Oh man. Loki. Woo! If y'all didn't see that last episode, y'all missing a lot. I mean, it started off with a bang. It was like, woo. I mean, give you some history lessons and all kind of stuff going on. You got to go watch Ancient Aliens and the History Channel. Oh man, I mean, everything he predicted last podcast almost came true. Everything basically happened. Damn, where to start?
The best thing to do is probably just to kind of, go over the episode where they left off.
Okay.
On
episode 2.
Episode 2.
Okay.
So basically, episode 2 left off where Sylvie, Loki, and Mobius. I believe they went to go find General Dox and all them.
Right.
And because they were on a mission, they said they were going to get Sylvie, but that wasn't the case. Because, the timeline was going all haywire all over the place. Branch timelines. And they didn't want to prune the timelines because all those timelines had people. And they didn't want mass genocide. Right. And I ain't going to lie to you. That kind of genocide on that scale is way worse than what Thanos was trying to do. Thanos was just trying to do it on the universal scale. That was it. It wasn't across multiverses and stuff.
Right.
They were doing it across the multiverse.
Yeah, everywhere.
Multiversal genocide is what it was.
Yeah.
They stopped as much as they could, but they were able to prune at least 30% of that timeline. And so when they went back and the TVA saw how much, they pruned, they did get 30% genocide. They did prune a lot of lives.
Okay.
But I'm going to be honest with you, man, that I don't think, for how they tried to pull that scene out, I don't think that scene had as much impact as watching Thanos snap and people start dusting.
No, it was because you didn't see the people. You just saw the lines like breaking apart. So it didn't like what's going on. The lines breaking. So just grow some more lines. They don't realize it's people in the lines. So that's why it didn't have an impact where you saw people disappearing that you knew. So
I honestly thought that they were trying to like make it that way, but like is the exact thing that you said.
mm-hmm.
We saw people. We saw the characters. We saw what would happen if they lost their family. Like we watched, like you're not gonna sit up here and tell me
Mm-hmm.
as much as Hawkeye loved his family.
Right.
When that snap happened and we watched his daughter and all them go away.
Okay.
You can't tell me that wasn't like tear jerking and make you cry, and then turn around, you know, when the Hulk snaps and Hawkeye gets that phone call
Right.
from his wife.
Yeah.
That's the reason he became Ronin. That's that's like one of the reasons that was a driving force that drove him to be Ronin.
That's true.
I mean, going around just killing people. He didn't care. I mean,
he was killing bad guys. Though.
He was. And he was on some vigilante type of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of what drove him to do that. But even though that genocide that they did, you know, it was more than what Endgame was and Infinity Wars was. It didn't have the impact that it did, and the main reason because we didn't see anybody. Right. We didn't see any branch timelines. We didn't see anybody, you know, branching off and living life and none of that. We didn't see none of that.
Branching off.
I mean, being pruned, we didn't see none of that. So I'm looking at the TV, watching them, looking at the screen like, they pruned it.
Right.
Man, wow. It's a lot of dead people. Yeah. That's dead. Man.
Man, no feeling. I was like, damn.
Man. But then after that, they hit they finally were able to get hits off of Ravonna. Because I've been saying her name wrong. Ravonna. It's Ravonna. We've been they finally got 2 hits off of Renslayer's
there you go.
template. So, and that's where it ends. And that's where I made my prediction. She was on a branch timeline.
Yeah.
I believe she was on a branch timeline at the time that they hit, because when they saw it, they saw the 2 hits. They saw the 1868
and 1893.
93. Yeah. So
it was 2 hits.
Right. They went to 1868 first.
Right.
And then went to 1893.
But the TVA with Loki and Morgan, they went to 1893. Yeah, he was wrong.
Yeah, but they didn't go to 1893 first. They went to 1868.
Oh, they did?
Right. Here's the thing. When they arrived in 1868, Marvel didn't tell you where they were. They hid that. They hid if it was 1868 Sacred Timeline. When Ravonna got there, they told you it was Chicago, Illinois, 1868 Sacred Timeline. It told you that.
Right.
But it didn't. So we'll kind of just go through the episode. Again, spoiler alert, if you ain't seen it, I'm telling you, go see it. It's episode 3.
Disney Plus.
1893, streaming on Disney Plus, and streaming at my house. But don't come to my house. Don't come to my house. Yeah. I don't want you there. Or maybe I might want you there. Who knows? I don't know. Just hit me up.
Don't come here now.
We can have a streaming party, maybe. I don't know. Disney does have this is way off the topic, but I'm gonna say this anyway.
We just came from Disney.
We did just come from Disney. Live from Disney. It was good. Very good. Disney Plus does have a thing where you can do like a group thing, where if somebody else has Disney Plus and y'all can do a group watching thing, and then you can actually there's emojis and you might be able to comment.
I didn't
So
even know that.
if there's an emoji, if there's like a sad scene, you can hit the emoji button, and for people who's watching,
Or maybe we do that next Thursday.
we'll see it. Yeah,
We're gonna do that next Thursday.
if we can absolutely do that on the next Loki episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now let's get to Loki episode 3,
Right.
which is what y'all were waiting for and what we want to talk about. And again, just like a Baptist preacher, don't want to hold you late and long.
Right.
So what we have is the scene opens up with Ravonna going into Chicago, Illinois, coming out of a time door in 1868 Sacred Timeline. And she's on her way. She's looking for Miss Minutes, I assume, because like it was said, Miss Minutes was helping her. She's walking into this old
Yeah. They get the point.
old ass
Before
town.
everybody who's watching this was born. Guarantee you. Before your grandfather was born.
Back when they had outhouses.
Guarantee
You was just outside with leaves. Like old.
I think that was back in slavery time. Was it?
Yeah,
They in Chicago, so it wasn't slavery.
Yeah, it could have
But
been.
down south, it was slavery.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have thought the way they was living though.
I mean, it's still slavery, so it was like open slavery then.
I don't know, these underground railroads, slaves, escape town.
Yeah, it was a bad time for us kind of people.
I would say it was a slavery town, but there was white people in there too. So
They was called, put it this way, they was calling him boy. So there you had it. You know.
It was one of them towns.
Yeah, one of them towns.
So they meet up with Miss Minutes. Miss Minutes says, I'm here. No, not Miss Minutes. Ravonna. She says, I'm here. When do I get to meet the person? She said, the man you need to meet is right there. However, before we do this, now I'm paraphrasing this.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you exactly where, like, I'm not
word for word
monologuing this, even though I am an actor. Holla at your boy with no experience. So holla at your boy, and I'll still kill it. She definitely says, do you have it? And she says, okay. She pulls out a book. It's a TVA handbook. And she said, you're supposed to put that book in that window at this point in time. And she goes, well, what do I get out of this? She said, when he's back up top of the TVA, you and I will be at his side at the end of time.
Mm-hmm.
So Ravonna does it. She puts it up there, drops the book, and a young, impressionable young man by the name of Victor Tomley. He looked to be at least 10. Could have been 10, 12.
I don't know. I was going to say 8, but, you know.
8? He looked 8. That's a tall 8.
We're talking about back in the day, you know, people was almost freshly from Africa, so.
You say 8. I don't know. He looked like he's having wet dreams. But all right, we'll go 8 to 10. 8 to 12. He picks it up, and then you hear the music get a little eerie, a little bit more eerie, and then the next thing you know, doom, 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 and we're all good to go. And then that's when we have Loki, and actually they go back to the TVA. And they're giving you an update on what's going on.
Right.
Again, OB's trying to figure out how to take care of this temporal loom issue, because again, too much time is going into the temporal loom, and it can't handle this much extra timelines. Like raw, it's raw time. You know, imagine time and strands of fiber, and the loom is only made to handle but so much. It's super way too much right now, and it has to weave all of that time, and it can't handle it. It can't handle all the extra raw strands of fiber. Okay.
Yeah.
And they say and now again we've found out that they need a temporal aura of he who remains, and there's no he who remains. But at the time, we don't know.
Right.
We don't know if he's come back as a variant. We don't know if he's dead. They just know all in their mind they think he's dead because Sophie killed him already. Right. You know what I mean? So then they say, okay, we're gonna go find. They need to find Miss Minutes. Finding Miss Minutes, you find Renslayer. Renslayer is the key. They go back to 1868. They go back. You hear them say words like, "Where could she be? Was there any historical figure? Is there any major historical figure in this timeline? No. So that's it. So then the next thing you know, they want to go to 1893, and then they walk through a time door. And speaking of walking to a time door, we finna take a temporal break. All right, we'll be back in 5.
All right.
What's up? This your boy Glenn from the Nsane Scratching the Surface podcast. Calling our stylists, barbers, and makeup artists. Start your career here at Natural Blessings Hair Salon at 2119 Frederick Avenue 21223. Yo, booths is starting at $65 a week. Contact us at 443-315-9015. Friendly environment, no drama, don't be late. Booths are going fast. Beat your feet, lose your seat.
All right, and we're back.
All right, so I'll give you the recap of the recap. No, I'm just messing with you. So basically, they walk through the door, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, it's once when they walk through that time door, it shows up Chicago, Illinois, 1893 branch timeline. Okay. And guess they're at the Chicago World Fair.
Right.
They're at the Chicago World Fair, and now
they don't know about the history though.
No, they don't know about the history.
They don't know about the history. I mean, some people might. I mean, if you like me and watch the History Channel, you know about the history, what we about to say.
So I'm going to let you bust that news out, and then we can kind of talk about it.
So I watch the History Channel a lot. And recently, ironically, I was watching about Chicago fire, the worst fire in U.S. history. I thought it happened in 1900. So I was like, you know what? This is kind of around the time they had a big fire, so I'm thinking his invention would cause the fire. Then I did some more research and found out it happened in 1991. Was it 91?
No, it was
1891.
No, it was 1871.
1871.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing. My theory is between the time when he was little and a teenager or in his 20s or something, he experimented with his invention and caused that big fire in Chicago. Now, here's the thing. I think it's on a branch timeline or a sacred timeline. I don't know what timeline it's on. It's on one of them. What you say, sacred or the branch?
I would say because there was also
another fire, right?
Another fire in 1893.
Right.
So I would say that he caused the Chicago fire on the branch timeline.
On the branch timeline.
As opposed to the sacred timeline. I believe
the
that
the second one happened on the sacred timeline, right?
Right.
Okay.
So again, because it's layers to this.
Right.
So I believe that in 1871, when it may not have been a fire, per se. On the sacred timeline. Only because, like they said, there was nothing. There was that particular variant was going to be nothing.
Right.
He wasn't going to be anything at all.
No.
He was just going to be a regular ass person.
So once she dropped the book off in the window, split.
Right.
Timeline split.
That the timeline branch.
Yeah.
But I believe that what they went to, back in 1868, okay. I believe he was still there, still in that room, or doing what he was doing.
But not no inventor.
But no invention, no nothing.
Nothing.
He just was who he was. Yeah. But then when you go to 1893, when they travel to a branch timeline, then you see Victor Tomley. You see the World Fair. Yeah. That kind of begs the question: what happened to the fire?
So to break it down, because I know there's a lot of confusion. So let's say when we say sacred timeline, that's like the real timeline. Right. Like what happened in history? So in history, it was a fire that happened in 1871. Real history. And we saying Victor didn't invent anything. He died in the fire. He was one of the people that died in the fire.
Possibly. It could possibly. A fire could have happened. Yeah. He could have died in the fire.
Yeah. So in the history, it happened. So he could have died in the fire. But now that she dropped the book and then it branched off, and now we have that branch timeline where there wasn't no fire in 1971 on this branch. It happened I keep saying 18. So it happened in 1893.
Right. It's the equivalent of us watching the Avengers movie and we see Loki get hauled off to Asgardian jail. Right?
Right.
It's the equivalent to that. And then them dropping the book off in the window is equivalent to us watching Endgame and the Tesseract going to Loki's feet and he picking up the Tesseract and disappearing.
Right.
That's the equivalent of it. That event still happened when the Endgame Avengers went back in time. The event happened. It's the equivalent of Loki and Mobius going back. That's the Avengers and Endgame going back.
So to explain that, you would have to watch Endgame, then go back and watch Loki season 1, and you'll see what happened.
Yeah, you really don't even have to watch the whole doggone thing.
No,
they're both good movies, but you can just watch. You can go watch the first Avengers movie and watch that little clip, 10 minutes, and then you go to Endgame, and then go back to the time heist and see what happens. And you can watch that when he disappears. You can cut that, and then you can go to Loki season 1, and it picks up from right there. Fine. That's the equivalent of that. You know what I mean? So, which begs a whole bunch of other questions about time, but I'm not going to jump into that right this moment.
That's too much light.
Yeah, it's bright. Right, yeah. There you go.
This scene, but it's blurry.
Yep.
In Endgame.
Yep.
That's what you want to go watch.
Yep. So with that being said, what does that tell you? It goes back to what we said, episode 1, that Ravonna Renslayer and Miss Minutes caused a Nexus event. That's what they did. They caused a Nexus event, and they sent young Victor on a path he was not supposed to be on.
Right.
So now, let me ask you this question. Because my mind been turning for this. When Sylvie and Loki go to He Who Remains, it lets me know that he who remains, it confirms, because I said this before, that it confirms in me that he who remains knew before Wanda became the Chaos Witch, because he knew about that.
Right.
He knew when she was going to become the Scarlet Witch that he couldn't see past that time. Again, there was another character like that, the Ancient One in the first Doctor Strange. She said, I've seen my life, future and in the past. She said, but I have never been able to see past this moment. The moment in the rain and the lightning when she died. She couldn't see past that moment. She didn't know why. But after a while, she understood, I'm going to die. He who remains knew that he was going to die around that time. He knew it. He knew about Sylvie, Loki. He knew about it all.
You mean before he got stabbed or after?
Before he got stabbed.
Yeah, after,
he knew.
He didn't know anything.
He knew.
Well, he didn't know.
He didn't. I believe he knew he was going to die, but I believe he didn't know. He didn't know what was going to happen afterwards, after he died. I believe that's what he was saying.
Okay.
He didn't know what was going to happen after he died. But even in that, he gave them an option. You could run the TVA, kill me, whatever the case may be. Who knows? I believe he knew that they were going to choose to kill him.
Yeah, he knew that.
He knew that. But he had a contingency in place.
Right.
Which raised the question, did Sylvie and Loki really have the option to run the TVA? Did they really have the option? If you had put the option in place for Miss Minutes to get Ravonna,
right,
and create, you just so happen to know about a variant of you that wouldn't ever become anything.
And at this time, Renslayer was already gone. So how?
If you knew all of this,
so applying.
Right. So if you knew all of this, were they really going to be able to run the TVA and keep it all going?
Right. No. It's a setup either way.
You found a way to again create control, and then cause this war. And I've been having questions about this war, and I think me and you kind of discussed it.
Right.
You know, of basically when the war happened. You know what I mean? Because like I said the last time, I said I need to know when the war actually takes place. And I think we have an idea on when the war came about.
Right.
It was like that 2032. I want to say I had it written down. But I believe it was June. What was it? June. Oh, here it is. It's June 12th, 2321. That's the year.
Yeah.
2321. So.
To the future.
Right. What that goes to show is.
Was the war over?
I believe the war was over because that's when he had called her Marvel. And you can lead by my side and all this good stuff.
Okay.
So I want to say
he went to the past, but that was the future.
So what it seems like is that the multiversal war has already happened.
Okay.
He won, and they were running the TVA, and then they went back in time. This is a theory, and then they went back in time, and he wiped everything. But now the oldest person in Marvel, I believe, is the oldest living person. Is Odin. So he had to reset everything about 10,000 years. So he had to go about 10,000 years back.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So now you went back that far, because why would you not think that Odin wouldn't remember something like this?
Yeah. I had to go back before him.
He had to go back and reset the whole thing, reset people's minds and everything. Because if this war was as big as you said it is, then everybody who's old enough to know about this war knows about this war.
Right.
So I believe he took it back in time. Now he went back in time, wiped everything, brought out, not brought out, but created the timekeepers and made everybody in the TVA think that the timekeepers did this, woody 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 boo, and wiped everybody's minds.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened, and what we're going to see is, because I think MCU timeline now is what, 2025. I think it's like 2025.
Somebody said it's right now.
Yeah, it's like 2025. It's
a couple years ahead.
Yeah, it's not. It could be 2023, 2025.
Okay.
It might be 2023. If that's the case, then we're headed.
No, I think you're right, because I keep seeing stuff on Marvel. They talking about Starks just died this year.
So it could be 2023.
It's got to be like 2 years from now. So
yeah, it could be 2025, 2023.
Because they saying people just died in the MCU.
Right. It was a year ago today or sometime today. I don't know. I've been looking at it too. But I believe that we're headed to the multiversal war that happened already.
All right.
That's what I believe. We're headed to that. And then being headed into that, that's going to take us into Secret Wars. And honestly, I believe that the Doctor Strange film is going to possibly happen before, because that's about incursions. And so that's just my theory on it. My theory is that we're going to see the multiversal war. The Avengers are going to lose, as I said before. We'll figure out what incursions are, and even though we kind of know, but we'll actually probably see one.
Right.
And Doctor Strange 3, and then that's going to take us. The Avengers are going to lose Kang Dynasty. They're going to take a lot of shit out, but they're going to lose a lot. And incursions are going to happen, and that might take us to Secret Wars, which we might see Battle World, and then we'll see the timeline reset.
Yeah, I got so many questions, because the Marvel's about to come out, and how did that intertwine with all this stuff? But anyway, we get back to that when we come from break. All right. Want that vintage look? Looking to stand out? Look no further. The official color theory brings you that custom design you want, giving you a sustainable approach to enlightenment. Order yours today at enlightenmentthroughcolor.com. So I was talking about the Marvels and how everything relates to that, but let's get back to the Loki part.
All right, so once they go through the time door that the World Fair they're trying to find, so I'm just going to do a speedy 1 through, not tell you too much, but let you know it's still some spoiler stuff. So the bottom line to it is they go through that. They find that Miss Minutes is there. Obviously, if she's there, Renslayer's there. They see a show with Victor Tomley, which shows the temporal loom, a smaller version of the temporal loom. And then but they find out that in all this, Mr. Tomley is he has experiments. They're good, but he's just trying to get money. He just taking people for their money.
He's a hustler.
He hustling.
He might be the first hustler ever.
Yeah, might be
in Chicago.
Maybe, but he just out here hustling.
South Chicago.
Hustling people for their money.
Oaktown.
So Renslayer gets to him, Mobius gets to him. They're trying to get him to come back to the TVA, trying to get him to come here, there. And then Sylvie shows up, fight breaks out. They leave all of a sudden. Now he leaves with Miss Minutes and Renslayer. The people he swindled trying to get their money. Mm-hmm. So he leaves with them again. Mobius and them show up, but they don't get to him.
Right.
He gets on the boat. I'm gonna tell you the events of a boat. Well, I could tell you the events on the boat.
You can tell them about the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, they fought on the Ferris wheel. They fought over Victor Tomley on the Ferris wheel. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, Shouts out to the stutterers. I got a speech impediment too.
Oh,
and
man.
Victor Tomley definitely has a speech
Oh,
impediment.
man.
And I'm going to say that Jonathan Majors
is an actor.
did his thing.
He's an actor.
I mean, and you got to realize that's back when there was no speech pathologist to help you. And when you stuttered, you stuttered.
Yeah.
And he did a good job, showing love to the people who stutter, because we get no love except for people talking about us. So, if you stutter, we famous. We famous. Your boy put us on the map. We good. You know what I mean? We good. All the females holler at the stutterers. You feel me? Arguments go real quick with us. You feel me? We don't like to argue. We don't.
Oh my goodness!
I'm just saying. Though.
There we go.
I'm just saying. But
everybody about to have a stuttering podcast.
Oh man! So
it's gonna be wild.
Chill.
You started something now.
Chill. So yes, they fight on the Ferris wheel because Sylvie is definitely trying to kill him because he doesn't want him to become he who remains or anybody who causes a lot of problems and this, that, the third. Yeah. The funny part about it is a lot of this fight is about free will, but is the will really free? I mean, if you're going to you would have to give free will on both sides of the spectrum.
But he who remains already know Loki gonna protect him. And if he didn't know, he saw it way before he died anyway. So he knows.
I guess I'm just looking at it like if all this is about free will and somebody taking free will, because technically they are, but this is a gentleman who we haven't met yet. We don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, yeah. So how can you kill him?
Right,
and take away his free will to make a choice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're going to talk about free will, but free will goes on both sides of the spectrum here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, ended up to it. He gets out. Ravonna, they go back to his place. He show him some things. The people he swindled out of $1,000. Now for us, like, dang, he swindled him out of
G. He didn't really swindle him. They wanted it, and he was like, all right, He didn't say, he said he was working on it. He didn't say it worked, so he didn't lie.
Hey, look, let's talk about it.
Dumb stuff for trying to buy something so quick.
Let's talk about it, right? He swindled him out of a G. He swindled him out of a G in 18.
How much was the G back then? Like 10 stacks, 20 stacks.
Yo,
that was a lot of money.
Yo, swindling somebody out of a G. Like, look, a G is a G in 2023, right? A grand is a grand. Yeah. Swindling somebody out of a grand in 1993. I'm sorry, 1893.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, you just swindled somebody for like $1 million.
Yeah, right.
You took $1 million from him. And he was out there hustling on a grand scale.
Yeah. But he didn't lie.
Yo.
This doesn't work.
Yo.
I didn't say it worked. You bought it. No refunds.
Yo. Victor Tomley is a genius, bro. When you can swindle white people out of a G in 1893.
Why are they calling you boy? Boy. Take this G, boy.
Yeah.
Give me that.
1893. I'm stuck on that. And I was stuck. I paused it. I said,
he should be in the history books on a sacred timeline.
Bro, he should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. The first black man to swindle a white man out of $1,000 before the turn of the century. Right. Yo, you know how stupid you gotta be? And the bid started, I'll give you $500. I was like, 500?
Oh, hey, big stuff. 500.
500. I got 500 just laying around. You talking about I give you. And then the other dude come in, I give you 8. You're like, 800.
Yeah, these some big balling people in here.
I was like, bro, this is a technical masterpiece. And then my man said, I'll give you 1,000. You know, shit, that's mine. I give you $1,000.
So
You go, so.
didn't even ask how to use it. I just want it. No, I don't know how to use it. Why would I need that for?
Yo,
I just wanted to get this black boy made in the sound.
yo, he sold them a temporal loom for $1,000, bro.
I got this new iPad right here. And make you go back in time. Anybody will like it?
Oh my God, bro. No, for those of you who aren't laughing, and for those black people who are laughing,
There's somebody that I don't think that's funny.
you gotta know how funny this is for somebody to be swindled out of $1,000 in 1893, bro. 1893.
That's somebody trying to give you an iPhone 1 for 10 stacks.
Bro.
Yeah. You use this phone,
You
you
know,
go back in time.
but at the same time, they kind of didn't know what they had. So, I mean, granted, he kind of gave him a semi-working product, but they didn't know what to do with it.
No.
So
How you work this?
So them the ones who was knocking on the door to get their money back.
Right. Straight knocking, like, wait a minute.
And they escaped through the window.
Yeah.
So that's when we find out that he doesn't live in Chicago.
Nope.
But that he does live in his laboratory is in Wisconsin. So because Victor Tomley again.
That also makes you believe once he got that book, if it was a fire in 1871, he moved. He was out of there. Once he got that book, he was out and moved. But if he didn't get that book, he probably would have stayed because he probably didn't have a good invention.
Right. And then I can't confirm or deny that fire actually happened in 1871.
But no, that's
You see
the
what I'm
real
saying?
one, right?
Right. Possibly. You know what? I'm lying. They said that. So Mobius did state that the Chicago fire happened in 1871.
No, I didn't hear that.
So the fire did happen, but we just can't confirm or deny if he, without that book, if he died in it. You know what I mean? Or if he got up out of there. But either way, they get out of there. They get on the boat. Miss Minutes and Ravona and Victor, they're talking. That's when he shows him the sketches in the book from the TVA, and what he's been working on, and so that's when Ravona makes that nod to say, you know, hey, I'm starting to see who you becoming. Shout out to Jonathan Majors again to show that even though you're a black man with a Don King afro and you stutter, you still got the balls to put your hand on the woman's hand when you know you like that interest, the way he dropped that pinky on her. Like, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. But it's legit. It's cool. I legitly, again, I love the way he's acting all these characters.
Yes.
And that time when she comes out his mouth to say, I'm liking the partnership, and he's smooth, take that pinky right on off. And look, again.
Right, like what?
Black. I hate it. Look, it's a cultural thing, okay?
The first black man.
When the black man leaned back, cross his legs,
Oh
do his
no.
little chin, and blink 2-3 times.
Yeah.
It's a problem, and I hate to make it black, but it's just a cultural thing, and it's funny to see these cultural things come across the screen like that.
Right.
I mean, it shows a man that shows no more interest, and it's something that we have done. I've done it. We've all done these things. So what it is he's making Victor Tomley and King relatable
Right.
to people. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everybody can find something relatable about King. Everybody. And the way that he's doing it is the way he is portraying him is awesome. He's doing a wonderful thing for the MCU as far as villains. The MCU does not slouch when it comes to villains. They do not. And who they pick to portray their villains, they do not slouch, and they do a great job. So again, Tomley gets to they get to the lab. Actually, he drops Ravonna in the boat. He puts her in the boat and damn near drops. He puts her in the emergency rowboat and then drops the rowboat into the lake to see whatever the case may be. And he left her ass with Miss Minutes coaching him.
I told y'all she was bad. You had to do what you had to do. She was talking about a partnership.
Hey, look, but he wanted the first black man to hold up. I gotta say this, y'all. Look, don't cancel us, okay? Don't cancel us. I gotta say it.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta say it. He's the first black man to not feel like hearing what another black woman saying and put him on the side of a boat.
He's saying it nice way. He the first black man to throw a bitch over the side of the boat. There you have it. There you have it.
For all the married men watching the podcast, don't do like over the boat. King did it. For all married men watching, black, white, Asian, you can agree that you want to throw your wife over the boat. Hey, King did it. And listen, if your wife ever piss you off, just go back and play that scene over and over again to get the point.
I should have did this when you said you wanted to. Anyway, we're gonna take the break. We'll be back so we can get ourselves together. Because,
oh my God, I'm sorry. Take a break.
In the mood for some gear? Check out High Fashion Las Vegas, where they're bringing you the brightest and comfortable latest fashion with exclusive designs for all sizes, the small to 2X large. So order yours today at highfashionlasvegas.etsy.com.
We're back.
I got my sillies out, y'all.
We're probably not gonna be married too much longer, but we're back.
Peace. I'll chuck a deuce. Life can go today. Peace. Been married a long time.
Oh my God.
No, I love my wife though, but chuck the deuce.
I don't want no smoke.
So to kind of wrap it all up, right? They get to the lab. They want to go to the Victor wants to go to the TVA because he has a device that can help.
Right.
And then next thing you know, Miss Minutes comes on a little too strong.
Too strong.
She get the flirting with him, talking about
she's the first female that don't learn from the other female. Like, why you just saw the other female get pushed off the boat. Now you gonna try your hand.
It just lets you know that whether it's a real female or AI female, they still don't know.
And it's a lesson from all of this.
Stupid.
It's a lesson. So Glenn, tell them what happened to the two female.
One got thrown off a boat.
No, at the end, where they end up at?
Oh shit. All right, look. They all ended up by themselves at the end of town.
The same place.
In the Tom Citadel.
Right.
With the dead he who remains.
Right. With the
Who just kind of gave it away, but it was what it was, right? So They fought. Sophie came in. Mobius and Loki came in. Great scene. Yeah. What you got? What you think of?
He sent her there. Miss Minutes there. How do he know about that?
So the crazy part about it was,
and his variant is there dead. How he know to send him there?
Well, he didn't send him there. Sylphie did. Remember?
Okay, Sylphie, but he sent Miss Minutes there when he hit the button.
No, he didn't send Miss. He put her back in that TemPad thing. Ravonna, when Sylphie came in, like a wrecking ball, and just blew everything. She picked up the TemPad.
Okay.
The thing that she was sitting in.
Yeah.
She picked it up, and then when Sylphie Spartan kicked Ravonna into the time door, boom.
And then that's when Miss Minutes
start telling, "I know a secret about you."
Right.
All right. So now we'll take the last 10 minutes or so to kind of talk about that and give predictions from that. So now we know that. So again, let me just say this real quick. When Sylphie came in, she was going to kill him. She gave him a chance to make his own choice.
Right.
Mobius put up a time door, and Victor Timely, Mobius, and Loki went through the time door, going through the TVA. Sylphie Spartan kicked Ravonna and through a time door. That's the second person she done pushed through a time door.
Right. Loki was first.
Right, Loki was first. That was Ravonna. Ravonna. I'm saying Ravonna. And now she's at the Citadel at the end of time where Miss Minute said, "I know a big secret about you, and it's going to make you mad." You're going to be really mad. And then it ended. So let's talk about it real quick. 10 minutes, predictions. So, Kane, what you think about Ravonna being at the Citadel, and what do you think when Victor Timely goes to the TVA? And let's jump and let's just bonus. Who do you think Mobius's variant might be, or who he might actually be?
Mobius,
yeah.
Oh, Mobius. Mr. Tesseract. No one knows who that is yet, so we're gonna say OB.
Okay. Yeah.
OB. I know this is wild. Like what? OB is variant. I know it's weird, right?
Sounds weird. Let's go with that.
Right.
Sounds weird. So, what do you think about Victor Timely going to the TVA?
Oh man. I don't know. This is gonna be some. I feel like he went there. He's gonna help him, but after he helped him, then what? He gonna hold the TVA hostage? I am him who remains. I don't know. Like this whole time he could be lying. He couldn't know how to work everything. But if he's not lying, he don't know how to work the equipment. So it's like I don't know what's about to happen. But I think at one point he's going to help him. He's going to get the branches back in order some kind of way. But from there, I don't know. What do you think?
Hold up. Tell me what you think about Ravonna being at the...
Oh, she's a variant of Kane's. She's going to be like, well, you see that dead man right there? That's you, honey. That's you, dear. I'm like, what? Honey, that's you. On another branch somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's going to say. She is a Kane variant.
What you been calling her this whole time?
Kane variant the whole time.
No. What you been calling her? She who
remains.
She who remains.
She who remains. She's variant who remains.
All right. So I think Victor Timely's going to help. Again, I still think he's playing dumb about the TV. I think he knows more than what he's letting on.
Right.
If he has a temporal loom like that, then I'm pretty sure he's had some kind of technology or something to kind of help out. I think he's known about the TVA. I mean, when I say known, I mean known about the TVA. But I mean, who knows? Maybe not. Whatever case may be. I guess between that span and him getting that TVA book, I think he knows more than what he lets on. Because again, I left one thing out. When he went to the laboratory, he picked up something, and he said, "This is the culmination of my life's work." And he hit the button, and it turned back and it spun.
What?
I think
that again.
I think that's the multiversal engine core we saw in Ant-Man Quantumania.
Ooh.
I think that's what that is.
I thought that I remember that now, and I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So also to be real quick, I think the secret that she's going to find out, Ravonna. I think that Ravona's going to find out that she is a Kang variant, or that she worked closely with them. I'm just going to shoot the Kang. I'm just going to shoot one and stick to one.
Yes.
Unless I find some more evidence that changes it.
Go with the opposite one that I said. So we both, one of us can be right.
All right, I'll go with the Argonaut one, that she worked closely
with Kane.
With Kane, and that they had a relationship. I'll go with that.
Now, let's say this. What if she's not a Kane variant, what if her variant worked with Kane?
Quite possible. Okay.
Her variant worked with Kane.
Okay, I can see that. I like that. I like that. And y'all, because again, she makes a claim when she does her speech. She said it's about order versus chaos.
Right.
So what I wrote that, and I said, Kang, order being Kang or Ravonna, and chaos being either Kang or Wanda. That's what I wrote.
It probably was a Rain Slayer back in 1871. We didn't even see.
Possibly. I don't know.
Probably somewhere at his other house where he lived at. They probably together. It's probably his wife.
Right.
That's why he pushed off the boat. Because it remind her his real wife that's home. Where? North Carolina, wherever he said.
Wherever he said.
Wisconsin. She probably, it's going to be a cut scene, go back, and they together. That's crazy.
Now,
I'm making all kinds of stuff.
Y'all not going to like me for this one. And y'all, that Mobius, because that's the little thing that I'm doing. At the end of every show, I'm going to try to do this. Mobius identity clues. He says in episode 3, when he was talking about the approaches, how Loki was a man of action, and he can appreciate that. But he said, me, I am slow, deliberate. I have a slow, deliberate, cerebral approach because I see everything and I notice everything. And Loki said, well, you don't notice that you got some Cracker Jack in your chin there. So those are clues.
Okay.
The going theory on the internet right now is that variant that Mobius could be Balder the Brave. I don't see that.
I don't know too much about Balder the Brave.
Look him up. Look him up, and we'll talk about it next time.
I don't know.
Y'all not gonna like me for this. What if, and just what if, just by judging what he says, what if Mobius is one of the Watchers? Was one of the Watchers.
For the TVA?
Mm-mm. The Watcher. You know, the guy with the bald, big head.
Him?
What if he was a Watcher? He could be a Watcher variant. He said, I was going to go Heimdall variant, but Heimdall doesn't see everything. Okay. He said, I see everything and I notice everything. And that's what the Watcher does. He says, I take a slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. The Watcher is slow. He's very deliberate on what he does. And he's cerebral because he thinks, should I intervene? Should I not intervene? Possibly the Watcher. Now, I'm not 100% sold on this. I'm more on the lines of 40%. I'm just saying that it's possible. And then we got to think, Mr. Tesseract. The Tesseract is only the housing for the space stone, which has what? Powers to travel space through space and time?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Tesseract?
Okay.
What about a paradox? All that has to do with space time and watching him, even Ouroboros a little bit. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm still looking. So let me look. I'm still looking. But that's my prediction for episode 4.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Mobius could be Starks. What's the father name?
I'm gonna. Damn,
I saw it on the internet.
Howard Stark.
Howard Starks. I saw it on the
Howard
internet.
Stark.
I don't know. That's kind of weird, kind of crazy, but I just thought I'd throw it out there since I seen it. Howard Starks.
Okay.
One of his versions could be Howard Starks. I don't know.
He has the look. He has a look. I agree with that. So my prediction, episode 4, we're going to see a lot from Victor Timely because, again, like I said last episode, they need the temporal aura of He Who Remains, and Victor Timely has the correct aura. What if He Who Remains did this, knowing that the TVA was going to be out of whack, and he knew that they were going to need the proper temporal aura.
That's basically, he knows everything. He knew everything.
So he created. So he created a variant. Mm-hmm. It could be more to it. Yeah. I don't know, but I'm definitely looking more into this. I know we're just doing a lot of Loki. That's because Loki's the ongoing show right now, or that's the ongoing show that's going right now. We will have more again with comic books and everything. About comic books, the other films that's coming out, especially with the Marvels that's coming out November 10th, I believe, and Aquaman that's coming out December 20th, I believe. So we'll have more with that, and then some anime stuff and some in between stuff. Yeah. So this is the Nsane Scratching the Surface podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Glen.
And I'm Kane.
And as always,
see you next week.
Scratching the surface.
Big.